and with me today in the studio is Alice G. May. Hello, Alice.
Hello, Will.
How are you, all right?
I'm good, thank you. Very excited to be here.
Good. We're excited to have you here. Thank you for coming in. Not many people would probably know about Alice G. May unless they know you or have read about you. So for the people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about your history.
My history, oh gosh. Well, I always wanted to be a writer. And I used to write little stories as a child. But then one of my teachers at school told me I wasn't creative, so I stopped.
Oh, wow. That's quite big.
It
was
creative. Yes, it really knocked me for six, and I stopped doing anything creative at that point. Went off to university, came to Southampton actually, great university, and then I became a GP practice manager for 20 years.
Natural progression from university, yeah.
All of that time not doing anything creative particularly. And then something, in life occasionally things happen that kind of make us come to a full stop.
Sure.
Well, I came home from work in my mid-40s to find that my house was falling down, which was a bit of a surprise.
Quite a big event.
Yeah,
really.
it was.
Definitely something with a stop in it. Yeah,
it was, yeah.
I wasn't sure what to expect. And you mentioned it earlier before we went online. Like, well, maybe is that going to come on the show? Maybe it will. So yes.
So
your house had collapsed.
It was in a very old cottage in the New Forest, and it was made of cob, and very occasionally cob just gives way. And we obviously had a bit of a problem on our hands, and our house insurance told us that we were not covered, so things got a little bit worse.
Oh.
And then my husband and I and 4 children ended up living in a tent in the garden.
Was it at least a large tent?
It was an 8-person tent.
8-person tent,
yeah.
Okay, good. Not ideal.
Not ideal, no. So life really did change at that point.
Sure.
And we spent 4 months in the tent.
Wow.
And then, obviously, we were negotiating with the insurance, with banks, with anyone who would talk to us about this. We did eventually manage to get hold of a caravan in the garden.
Very good, nice. Step up from a tent.
Yes,
yeah.
And then we lived in the caravan for the next year as we slowly rebuilt our house on a shoestring.
So, sorry, that's you, the husband, and
the 4 children.
4 kids.
And 2 cats.
And 2 cats, of course.
And actually, when I came out of that, I actually had a little bit of a breakdown. I think having post-traumatic stress is a normal reaction to your house falling down, personally. But
I think the house falling down on its own is definitely bad enough.
Yes.
Then the living in a tent with your husband and children, I can't imagine doing it for one night, let alone for 4 months.
But it did bring us all.
Caravan.
It brought us all closer together, though.
Good.
So, in some ways, So that obviously was quite challenging, and as part of my treatment for PTSD was to access creative writing and painting, and that's actually when I started writing.
Lovely. And that was when you got good at being creative.
Well, I got desperate, but yes, no, it was. I learned actually at that point that whatever form of creativity works for you is good.
Sure.
It doesn't matter what your teachers tell you.
No.
Whether you're painting or knitting or metalwork, whatever it is that chimes with you, that you should give yourself permission to do it. And really, writing for me took off. I wrote a memoir.
Oh, very nice.
Called The House That Sat Down.
Okay.
It's actually a trilogy, so it's The House That Sat Down trilogy, and it is all about what happened with the house and how we coped with it.
Okay, yeah. I know we're here to talk about your other book, but that's quite. So was it a purpose-planned trilogy?
No. I mean, I just thought I wanted to write a book. I thought I've always wanted to. Yeah. It's been 40 odd years since I was told I wasn't supposed to because I wasn't creative.
Sure.
And I'd written it, and I thought I'd actually like to publish this, so I self-published it myself.
Okay.
Through Amazon KDP.
Yep.
And I didn't publish it thinking that anybody would want to buy it.
Okay. Just wanted it out there.
I just wanted to hold a copy in my hands, and it was lovely. I really loved it. I mean, my little boy, when I first, because it appears on the Amazon bookshop shelf, and I bought a copy and it arrived in the post, and my son just looked at it and said, well, don't you know what happens? I thought you wrote it. And I said, I'm trying to, this is my dream come true, and it's like, wow.
Nice.
Anyway, I didn't expect anyone to buy it. I got an invitation from the local WI to go and talk about it.
Brilliant.
And I went along and chatted about it, not realising that it would strike such a chord with other mums and grandmas and people sort of trying to hold families together under difficult circumstances.
Yeah.
And so from that, I then got invitations to lots of other groups And of course, they all bought the book.
Yeah, brilliant.
And so it did end up being a trilogy, because I got messages from people saying, well, we want to know what happened next.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I'd say, how did book one end? But maybe we shouldn't discuss that. No, let's let people read the book.
Yes. Well,
I guess we've got the short version, but there's a lot of in-betweens, I'm sure.
Yes, there is.
I say ups and downs, probably some lots of downs, but lots of ups and, like you say, coping mechanisms in there. And
definitely, yes.
And ways and I guess probably your life became simplified when you were in the tent and in the caravan from a distraction from modern day luxuries, I guess.
Yes.
So I imagine you appreciate there's a lot more now.
Very much so. I mean, even the day that the caravan arrived, it was, we're going to sleep in a bed for the first time in 4 months, you know, and it had a roof, and it was dry.
And mattresses. It
was just amazing. Yeah. So, really, we got down to the very basics of day-to-day living.
Okay. So from the age of however old you were, apologies, when your teacher said you're not creative, don't do anything creative ever, please. Just focus on academic.
Yes.
To the age of your 40s, when the house came down and you wrote the book.
Yes.
Any writing in between that time at all, or anything you used to noodle on, or just share thoughts, or diaries, or anything like that?
I always had stories in my head.
Okay.
Always. And obviously did lots and lots of reading, not realising that reading is the first step to writing, really, because you start understanding how stories get put together and how they pace, and really the beats of the different genres as well. And I read anything and everything. But I hadn't actually written anything other than a practical report for work. big documents, but not...
Not as creative as perhaps one would like it to have been.
Yes.
So you can obviously be creative at work, and
yes.
You can use some colourful language, but sometimes a boring report on stats is just a boring report on stats.
It really is, yes. But you get very good at typing.
Yeah, I bet you do.
And spelling and that sort of thing. So that all feeds into it as well.
So self-published, the House That Sat Down.
The House That Sat Down.
House That Sat Down. There we go. That's one plug already. Is it still available to buy?
It is available on Amazon.
Lovely. Cool.
It's actually under the pseudonym Alice May rather than Alice G. May.
Ooh,
because at the time I was the only Alice May writing. But there's lots of them now.
That is a perfect way to, I think, whet the appetite and have a quick break for a song and come back.